Think I'm live. So come in, guys. Let's chat. All right. Hi, welcome to my live stream. God bless every one of you. I was sharing the link out. So thank you for joining today's live stream. You have already seen the topic. So let's talk like family. Let's gist like family. Okay? All right. Please thumbs up. If you're joining the stream, please thumbs up. Please thumbs up for the guy, for the host. So, some of you will be asking, what is this question? The topic is why some African adults neglect this question. So, I guess you'll be asking, what is this question all about? Yes, it's just a word, and you can use it in one sentence or two sentences. But a lot of Africans will neglect to ask this question. Age. Very important in everything you do in life. Age is very important. Okay? A lot of adults, you find it difficult to ask, what's your age? We only believe in things you see. When you look at a teenager, all because she's tall, she's big, she has bobs, she has hips, all your eyes could catch. You forget to ask, please, how old are you? A lot of adults neglect this question, but very important. And when you neglect this question, it can lead you to jail. Honestly, life imprisonment, it can lead you to, 70, 30 years imprisonment. Yes. So why I'm saying this, because the rate of child abuse is getting too much in the society. Okay? So Promise channel, good evening host. Promise, thank you for joining. God bless you. I appreciate you. Do you get it? So when you Bestie TV, you're welcome. Thank you, thank you. So in case you're here, Fortune Jack, I appreciate you for coming. Pretty Angel's Word, you are highly welcome. So that's why I put this question. Some people like, what do you mean by asking of age? For you to ask age is very important. In Western world, your age go before you. Whenever you step in, you call your name. They will ask you your date of birth, which is very important. So before a man can stop you and begin to, admire you, the first thing is, how old are you? After greeting, hello, hi, the next comes is, how old are you? But most of Africa will neglect that. You go straight to the point of your selfish interest. Yes, I call it selfish interest because if it's a positive interest, you have to ask age. A lot of teenagers, a lot of kids, they grow so rapidly. They have rapid growth. And when you don't ask about their age, and some of them, they are matured in brain. But you don't assume that because a child, adolescent, or maybe even not into adolescent, because the child is grown up, you assume the child should be an adult. You don't assume things like that. Things you assume can, destroy your future, can destroy your life by putting you in everlasting perpetual suffering and crying. Honestly. So let make it point of duty for you to ask, how old are you? Whenever you are dealing with any human being, be it male, be it female, it's very important. Because when a female adult abuse an adolescent or a child, a male child, you go in for it. You have seen in the internet, you saw that video, it went viral when a 26-year-old woman was sleeping with a child of 14 years. It's an abuse, it's child abuse. So according to her, she said they met online. That is not reason. Online, I know is the fault of the parents. But by the time a child, you met someone on internet, this is internet chatting. You are not seeing the person's face. You are not, chatting with the person really. But there is this ideology that you have to know that when you meet a child face to face, you guys are sitting, that adulthood in you, you know, will supersede the childishness in that child. And when you ask how old are you will see that child, because of your presence, that child cannot withstand your presence because the child is not all that mature in brain. The child will start to stammer. I know some children are so corrupt or they have so, as in, They are so strong, they have mind, to bear a lot of things, but that is 10% out of 100. Are you getting me? But we assume here generally when you are thinking about this, we use the majority. You don't take minor, we take majority of the numbers, which is normal age, as in the age they are. Because of that adulthood, they still have that fear in them. They will tell you their real age. And what do? You give that child an advice. But because writing, chatting, internet write-ups, he told me he was, 20 years or 10 years. You may see that person, you might not determine the age because the child, but still ask, hello, nice meeting you finally. How old are you? Maybe the child had forgotten the age he told you on the internet, and he's gonna, the question, the way you ask the question will pop out the real age from him, and you avoid trouble. Because the rate the child abuse is going up in our country is getting too much. There's a video I posted yesterday, I think yesterday, yeah. In case you have not watched that video, please do. A hotel attendant, that locked a child to his room and, got the child pregnant. 10 years old child. So there are a lot of abuses. When you see them in internet, you don't post videos like that because of YouTube. So there are videos you post, you get a strike, or they will come in and delete that video. So you know the kind of content you put on YouTube. So, but in this case, when we come on live stream, we talk about this. Then who has ears, we do what we hear. So live stream is not all about you say what are they saying, and if it's not for you, you walk away. So any live stream you see here is meant for some people. You take the one you can take and you leave the rest. It is not a must that everything said that is for you. So good evening. Okay. So when we assume things, this is how it's supposed to be. That is wrong. When you go in for you don't know, ignorance is not an excuse, because you can talk, you are not deaf. You can hear. You are not dumb, you are not deaf. So what is so serious for you to ask, hello, hi, how old are you? With a smile, and the child will forget everything. I'm 10 years old, I'm 12 years old. Hello, my darling Lesikoko, thank you for coming. I appreciate you, sweetheart. Are you getting me? The child will tell you the simple truth. And another thing is, I'm coming to the parents, because a lot of parents, contribute to this, child abuse, to hasten it, work faster for all those abusers there. Are you getting me? Rena Kosi, darling, you're welcome. So why am I saying this? A child will come to a parent. Yes. Some parents are busy bringing out kids into the world without minding, okay, it's my duty to cater for these kids. And when you have an adolescent child, a puberty age, try to give them listening ears. Okay? Try to pay attention. When they ask you money, you ask, what do you want to use the money? I want to get something like this. Don't just say, no, I will not give you. Give them. Make a point of duty to give them pocket money. You understand? It's not because you are giving them because you have a lot. You're not giving them that money because you have too much in you. Cynthia Bridget, thank you for coming, sister. I appreciate you for coming. Not because you have so much. No. Because you are trying to, cut or wait some obstacles. I call it obstacles because some kids, when they have the money with them, at least they will avoid some certain rubbish from men. Honestly. I imagine, okay, a child of 10 years went to this guy. I said, brother, give me, Igbos, you call brother. Some Bini, some that are not Igbo call brother. So whichever way you people use, some call there in Igbo land. It depends your own dialect, you understand? So I said, please give me money. And the guy looked at her because the 10 years girl, maybe she have bobs, maybe she have a big hips. Some kids are naturally gifted when it comes to bodybuilding. When you look at the bodybuilding, they are set to be adult, but they are not adult yet. And that is why I said it's important for you to ask, how old are you? Age. Age is the question you must ask. Are you getting me? And the child went to the guy and said, please, I need money. Can you give me money? I know most mentality, African mentality, they don't render help without give and take. Mostly our African men, they don't render help without give and take. Honestly, 70% of them, I'm not saying all of them, majority of them, and when majority carries the vote, we assumed it's almost all the male in African country. But I know we have good ones that can give out or that can render help without minding what will I get from this help. Okay? So when we talk about this, we try to, put things in practice. And this child went to this guy and said, please, I need money. Can you give me money? Probably she wanted to use that money to, get herself a biscuit or maybe a sweet, which maybe going to the mom. Mazi Don TV, thank you for coming, darling. I appreciate you. So instead of going to the mom might beat her. And all these parents, you are good in beating. When a child say, can I have money? You can bring the child close and say, oh, mommy don't have money. Maybe I will get you the biscuit or, with a pamper mind. And the child will laugh over it. Even if someone is giving her biscuit outside, say, no, my mommy has promised to get me a biscuit. All those kind of things, not by shouting, screaming, pushing the child away, okay? You are contributing to this rate of high child abuse in the society. So, and when this child, was busy pressurizing the man or the guy, the hotel attendant, to help her give her some money, what did he do? Okay, follow me to my room. The innocent girl went in there and he said he forgot that she was a child. One thing led to another and he raped the child. And there's another one on the process of covering the child's mouth, not to scream out, not to cry. He suffocated the girl and the girl gave up. He was afraid. This is lack of self-control. And you didn't bother to ask, how old is this girl? So let not just be carried away with bobs, hips, physical building. That doesn't make them adults. Adult comes with sense of maturity in brain. Because there are things, you might see some adults are too small. Yes, the child gave up. And he was saying the work of devil. And that is the annoying part of it, sorry guys. When you do things, you will say it's the work of the devil. Even when devil is sleeping with his blanket covered, he doesn't want trouble. Some people can wake devil up and say, yes, so may her soul rest in peace. Yes, honestly. A 10-year-old girl covered her with clothes for her not to shout, for her not to cry, because the girl was crying, struggling. Imagine an adult with a 10-year-old child. So what do you think the child can do? The child cannot. She was helpless. Because of biscuit, you can dash her and she say, thank you, brother, and go out. You don't know there are blessings that you receive in giving out. It's when you give out, you begin to expect to receive. That is when you don't get that blessing. And this is how the parents lost the child. So when you look at some abuses, rape cases in internet, you can't withstand it. You are so right. Okay, Cynthia Pretty J, thank you, darling. Honestly, because of why we don't upload almost everything. You're Queen Okoli, you're welcome. So let's just pay for parents. Let's be very, very observant when it comes to our kids. Eska said, he too little baby's life of none. For that is, he doesn't have self-control. Some individual out there, like, there's no difference between their character, and even some dogs have some respect. So when we think about this, we think about the future. You ask yourself, what if would have been my daughter or my sister? Will you, when someone does something like this to your own daughter or your sister, how will you feel? So pinch yourself first before you begin to pinch others, so that you know how it pains. You know the feeling. You feel it very well. But some people, they don't care because it's not my sister, because it's not my daughter, so I don't care. God forbid. Yes. So these are mostly seen in African country. In Western world, when you see these kids, you see a 10-year-old child because they don't wear uniform to school. When you meet them in bus, everybody is like, assume everyone is adult. But when they come, your ID card speaks for you. Your age is there. Even if you don't have your ID card, they'll ask you, how old are you? And you see them saying, I'm 11 years, I'm 12 years old. When you look at the person that's telling 12 years old, as big as, 21 year or 20 years old child. I have met a girl when my son was playing football. She came to wait for the brother. And said, can you just guess my age? My sister, I looked at this girl for like 5 minutes. I was still gazing. How old could this girl be? I was gazing and she was busy smiling. Say something, say something. And I was like, I don't want to say something that will make her cry. Yes, because they easily cry. I know my daughter. Like my daughter Angel. There was a time maybe we'll go out and people like, okay, you're paying for 3 kids and 2 adults. She was like, no, 4 kids. Tears will start coming out. I said, sorry, how old are you? And she would tell you that then I was 11. They say, sorry. You don't assume things. So when the thing really occurred to me, I said, I don't want to as in say something that will make this girl cry. Because I don't have the energy, the power to begin to pet someone and say, I'm sorry for giving out the wrong age. Black Diamond address, darling sister, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. So I thought about it for like 3 minutes before I was able to say, okay, you are 15. She said, no, I'm just 13. Why are people assuming that I'm 14? I said, no, I was just joking. I wanted to say 14, but I looked at it 15. But honestly, when you look at this girl, she's as big as a 23-year-old girl. I wanted to say 20 years, but I don't remember, Europe, all these European kids. Roses on my head. Oh, thank you, darling, for coming. I appreciate you, sweetheart. I wanted to say 20, but I decided to say 15 so that she would tell me, no, I'm 18. I said, wow. Even at that, she's like, hey, am I so. But she said, no. People always assume I'm 20. You even said 15. I said, thank God I was still in the line. She was just 13 years old. So when you assume things, it can lead you to jail. You see a child of 13 years, you start, I would like to marry you, you are too beautiful. You forget to ask, how old are you? And what impact are you leaving in these kids? You are creating a memory that when they sit alone, they begin to memorize all these things, which, a lot of kids out there, host, how are you doing today? And the kids, oh, my sweethearts, I am doing pretty good. Thank God that we all are alive. You can see I'm pretty good. I guess you too, and the kids. Yes, so I said, Saturdays inside out. So we chat, we talk. So as families, which is very important because a lot of people don't know that age, this simple 3-letter word, age, can lead them to 30 years jail, can lead them to, death sentence, depending the country where the act is being committed. Every state has their own punishment according to child abuse. So let's try to make it point of duty. Let it be in your tongue. After you say good morning, after you say hi, you want to have conversation with someone, please make a point of duty to ask, how old are you? So that you know the kind of conversation you engage yourself with adolescents and your normal adults. So a lot of kids, a lot of adolescents, they have turned so wide. Some of them have begun to, practice what they are not supposed to practice. Carol, you're welcome. Because of early exposure to some words that are not supposed, to use for them. When you begin to tell a 13-year-old child, you're so beautiful, hey, you will be the mother of my kids. What rubbish. A child have not even finished JS3. SS1, you are beginning to, tell her about parenthood. And she will keep smiling, thinking that parenthood is a very lovely hood. Because she will not know the impact of being a parent. Oh, you are looking beautiful. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much for that amazing compliment. I appreciate. Okay? So, sweetheart. So when you begin to bombard them with this words, thinking you are trying to make them smile, you are killing those kids, honestly. Because when they sit alone, they begin to memorize all these things. Oh, this girl said I'm so pretty. I can make a good wife. What does she know about, wife? What does she know about to take care of home? What does she know about bringing up kids? So there are things you don't tell adolescents, as in child, kids. You don't tell them. You will say that I don't know. I looked at the child, she was so big. Don't assume things. That ignorance you committed is not an excuse, because you can talk. You have brain. Because if you don't have brain, you don't know when you're supposed to use the restroom. So for the fact you know the time to use the restroom, you are a normal adult. So you have to know that age is very important in whatever you say. I love your hair. Thank you so much. Are you getting it? Promise channel. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate every one of you. So some people take it as in no need of asking. People have been doing it. It's one of our culture. I know some part of Nigeria, they can get married at age of 11, at age of 12, but that is child abuse. When you try to process that paper and you use that age to bring that woman in Western world, you have problem. So there are things you don't do. Especially, yes, thank you, my sister. So there are things we neglect so much in Africa, which is contrary against the European laws. You don't try that. You see kids in Africa, in Europe, sorry, they move freely. Because before anybody begin to, interact with them, how old are you? And you tell them, they will tell you their age plainly. I say, how is school? You change your conversation. I'm a creative. Thank you, darling, for coming. They change their conversation and turn it to another one. But mostly African, you don't care about age. Wow, you're so big. Wow, you're too. Even when the child tell you, do you know, brother? Do you know I'm 12? Ah, you're so big. Look at your shape. What rubbish. Trying to, pet the child so that she will assume that the future is so, everything about motherhood is so lovely and so sweet. Yes, to be a mother is lovely and is good. But there are pains, there are burdens that you carry as a mother. Because you are mature enough to carry that burden, you won't see it as a burden. You see it because you're strong. You are mature enough for that. All things, Nella, hello everyone. All things, you're welcome, darling. I appreciate you for joining my live stream, okay? Are you getting it? So that child mentally is not matured enough to carry those burden. Like when you are getting married, you think a marriage is all about, eat, sleep, and lie down in bed, honey comes, hi honey, like that. But by the time first one comes in, the honey will start to, minimize, whether you like it or not. Because someone is there, the person is taking attention. Who is the person? That is the baby. Because you want to smile, you want to hug your baby, you want to hug your honey, and the baby begins to cry. Both of you will leave each other and begin to run after to go and see why is the baby crying. You forget that honey. So there are things adults can carry which a child cannot. A baby might be crying and the child will be looking at the baby and be crying because she doesn't know the next step to take. But when you are matured enough to carry somebody, you see yourself fitting for that. So that is why we have to say no to child abuse. A typical no to child abuse. So people see it as a normal thing. Please, even if others are doing it, maybe they go scot-free. Please bring in your best. Let's use it, cultivate it as a culture. And when we cultivate it as a culture, you see that our society will be a better place. At least half, even if it's not fully good, at least our female kids will be secured. These days, when your child is coming up to 12 years or 13 years in Africa, you'll be afraid. You keep on morning fasting, afternoon, you keep on praying because of all these devourers out there. Any little thing they will devour on those kids. You want to send them to go and buy biscuits. You say, no, 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 come back. I will go alone. Not because the child cannot move alone. Lover of God TV, hello, beautiful host. Thank you, sweetheart, for coming. Thank you. How are you and your family? So I appreciate every one of you present here. God bless every one of you. Betu Mizada, thank you for coming. God bless every one of you that are here today. So if you know you have any contribution, feel free to write. I'm reading your comments. So that is why most African parents, when their adolescent daughters are coming up, they are always afraid. They live in fear. Not because they're not training the child well. They try to bring up their child in a godly way. But all those devourers out there try to use their demonic voices and their demonic, how do I put it, tactics to destroy those kids. And God will not allow that in Jesus' name. So be your child's keeper. Be your child's best friend. Interact with her. Tell her some certain, crack joke with her. You'll see them coming up. Oh, today, one brother was telling me, if you know the brother, shun that brother. Don't assume maybe a child is calling you, say, wait, now I'm very busy. You try to shun them, and before you know, they forget it. And when they cannot rely on you, it becomes a problem. All these devourers will take advantage of all these upcoming kids. Latest news, you're welcome. I'm creative, I appreciate you. So let's not give room for that abuse to our kids. Let's be a super parents. Let's be a role model to them. And please, our African men, I'm pleading, before you razzle a girl, ask how old are you? Oh, blessed even to you. Okay. So Black Diamond TV, lover of God is greeting. Okay. Columbus Family TV. Oh, sweetheart sister, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming. So let's try to be our sister's keeper. Let's try to be our brother's keeper. So stop assuming things. We assumed a lot. From the ages where Africans have been assuming things, what have we gained out of our assuming? Nothing. We are still at zero level. You see 12 years old chap begins to, because of what men are telling them, you don't tell them things that will make them to, begin to see themselves like adults. Don't you know that everything comes stages by stages? Okay. Are you getting it? When a child is when a child turns to 13, the mental development, comes up a bit. Not so full, not fully blown, but it comes up a bit. And when the child is 14, 15, there are some changes. This puberty age is gradually, you don't from puberty age, it takes time for this mentality, this brain to grow up so much. Are you getting it? And when the child is 18 years old, the adult mentality and reasoning is blown up. Unless the child is matured. Not fully, being an adult is just a baby adult. They are not old adults. You can't compare 18-year-old child with a 30-something years adult. The reasoning are not always the same because this person has seen a lot of things that pass some stages. And we take the 18 years old child a lot of things to get there. Okay? Evangelist Mbata Stanley, thank you for coming. Thank you, sweetheart, for coming. God bless you. Okay? Sorry. So let's not assume age. Children of nowadays, they are always big. They are always grown. I don't know, maybe because of too much pizza and too much burgers they eat that makes them like that. Before, greetings to you in the house. No, honestly, you can relate. I'm not saying it, baby, because not only majority of them, can I say too much burger or too much pizza, or they get things at the appropriate time, which is good. A child can feel free. I want to eat this. So tell me, when a child has that self-confidence, all these devourers cannot see them. So let's try to give our children attention. Very, very important, please. And let's pray that all these devourers will not see our children. So when you see all these things, so I decided to come online. Let's talk. Host from, okay, thank you so much. Are you getting it? So let's always put a smile on these kids, and let's always tell our brothers, even our kids as they're growing, when you turn to adult, please always ask, how old are you? Agatha Marike, thank you for coming. Thank you. I appreciate you for joining my live stream. Okay? So let's always think those positive things that will help the kids grow. I know some children, they mature fast more than their age. Honestly, some children they mature fast more than their age. Some, their developments are, below their age. So these three categories of kids, you don't assume things together. And when you come to these three categories of kids, as in peer group, the category that are more are people that, they grow gradually with their age. So the ones that are faster in maturity, both in intellectual development and so on, they are few, for like 5%. And the ones that are less in this peer group, they are like 10%. You see that the question is not balanced. So when they are not balanced, you see that the majority is what? People that grow according to their age. So we assume with those ones because they are the what? Majority. So you don't use minority to, judge. That is how I see it. You are very right. Thank you. So when we are saying things, some people like say some kids are very fast. They are more mature more than their age. I know that. But they are just few. So when we talk things like this, we use the majority, which are people that grow according with their age. They develop mentally with their age, height, bodybuilding, and so on and so forth. So when we see kids like this, you allow them grow, skipping. And that is why I share this. When a child is not ready to, withstand these devourers, the child will fall victim to all this abuse. In internet, when you take your phone, you can write any rubbish you feel like. You can be typing anything you feel like. A child can insult adults on internet because the child is not seeing you. But face to face, sitting with you, there are fears. It's natural. That fear is natural. That shyness is natural. It's inborn. Some kids are growing up and they are so shy, and it's your duty to, try to take your child along and make sure you remove all those shyness from them. So that when all these devourers want to talk, they will look at them eyeball to eyeball. And some of them that have shame, they will move away. But when the child is so shy and be facing down and be smiling, it will give them the God to begin to vomit those rubbish in them, which is not good. So let's also build self-confidence in our kids. It can help them withstand all these people. There are many. And every day in, day out, they keep increasing. Series of stories. Imagine 10 years, 11 years old child struggling with 32 years, 26 years. There is no chance of winning. There is no chance of winning. Except only God's intervention. Maybe sending someone, to pass through the door, or maybe try to knock or like that. That is the mercy of God. Apart from that, the child cannot do anything. The child will be helpless. So that is the reason why I said some question you don't need to neglect, which is your age. Okay, thank you, sister. Thank you so much. It's very important. We are not saying it because every adult is so good. No, we have good adults, we have good citizens. But the bad ones are more. in the society. And that is why our problem is growing day in, day out. Okay, thank you, sister. In that country, when you open internet, it's only Nigeria. Majority of these cases is Nigeria. Why so? I know it happens in other African countries, but I don't know about those ones. I talk of the ones I know. I was born and brought up in Nigeria. So they don't ask you your age. They feed with what they see, not what they think. Sorry, the wind is too much. It's very, very windy here. So I think they stop me. So if you hear any noise, it's wind. Those one that is knocking on your window and say, please open the window for me, as if they want to come in. Don't mind them, mom. But true, honestly, I don't know your weather over there. But the wind is so much, honestly, it's too much here. So, okay, Chuku, thank you for coming. Sister, I appreciate you. So let's just believe, let's just build that word in us, that age. How old are you? What's your age? Simple. Then you can begin to talk about the rubbish. Even if you say some children, okay, blessing and family TV. Oh, blessing and family TV, thank you for coming, sister. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming. God bless you. So you see that. So when you look at things, don't assume, okay, it's supposed to be like this, it's supposed to be like that. No. Don't assume things. Okay, sorry guys. I want to reply. Okay. Don't don't allow your eyes to take you direct to Krikri. Some of you like, what is this Krikri you used to hear or used to see in the internet? That is a Nigerian prison, Krikri. So don't allow your eyes to, direct you, because that is your eyes that is directing you to look at physical building of a child. The same eye will direct you straight to Krikri, jail, Mporo. Hatogi Ngamporoka. You know what it means? You go to jail. So that's when I look at some cases. So if you're joining this stream, please give the host thumbs up, guys. Please, God bless you. If you're coming in, give it thumbs up. Hey, Valizi Uche, thank you for coming, sister. I appreciate you so much. Ocean P, good evening. Oh, Ocean P, thank you for coming. God bless everyone of you. I appreciate everyone present here. So that is why you don't believe everything your eye sees. It's good to ask. My Igbo people said, Okwada tokwanunono, say it out. Don't allow the word to talk in your mind. Say it out. Okay, Valizi Uche is saying hello to everyone. Happy weekend, darling. Happy weekend. How is family? Yes, the family are doing good. Thank you for joining this stream. I appreciate you so much for coming. Okay? So when you cannot control your emotions, please let your tongue speak for you. That's your mouth that you want to use and vomit all those things. Oh, you look so beautiful. Look at your beautiful shape. I've been looking at your shape. You look so gorgeous. Look at you, you without asking. And the child, what will she do? She will be so shocked. She'll be so ashamed. She'll be shying away, and you think you're winning the child. That person is making a fool of himself, because you're only talking of what you see in your eyes without asking the fundamental thing, as in the basic thing you are supposed to ask. How old are you? Even if the child will tell you I'm 13, some of them will go ahead and be talking the rubbish. I want to make you the mother of my kids. How many kids would you like to have? At what age? What would the child say? She will smile. I don't know. That is how we used to start. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Thank you, blessing. I appreciate you, sister. And I would like to know you more. I live in so this. I don't used to go out, so you can find something, You begin to, coach the girl how to lie to the parents. Some of you will even tell them, if you are going to school, you can branch. For those of them that are go to day school, you begin to, coach the child how to lie, how to leave school and come out. She doesn't know that this is her future. You want to rule her future, you want everything about her. That is devourers. That is what I call them. A child that will tell you I'm 13, you would have toned down your topic to make sure you read your book so that you become a medical doctor in future. We are lacking good medical doctors. We need people that will save life. Tell the child this kind of, this is the things they need to listen. They need to hear. And the child will say, yes, so I wanted to be an engineering, but since you said medical doctor, bring in a good conversation. Even if you like the child, you want to wait till eternity. When she come of age, you can marry her. Good and fine. If you have a good man, you can walk to the parents and say, I saw this child. Can I start, without telling the child, you can still, help. But that is not assurance that when she know what she wants in a man, you say, but I've been paying your school fees. And this is the mistake a lot of people do. A child that doesn't know anything, you begin to tell, I want you to be my wife. She will say yes. Because she doesn't know her left and right or what she needs in a man or what she wants when it comes to making her own home. Okay? Ronnie Aruke. Okay. Ronnie Aruke, thumbs up, done host. Thank you, Ronnie, for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for the good thumbs up. God bless you. What do you expect? She will say yes to everything you say. But when she's mentally mature and know what she wants in a man, she can only tell you, I will refund you your money. God is good all the time. God bless you. God is good all the time. I appreciate that word so much. God is good all the time. Appreciate it. Okay? I think I can pin that comment. Okay. So let's just try to, you can make the society a better place. Turn that your negative talking to a positive one. You can save a soul. Even if the child doesn't like education, because of what the brother told me, keep grinding, guys. Because of what you told the child, you can save a soul. You can tell her, if you become a medical doctor, you look so beautiful in that putting on their whites. When you put on your telescope and everything, you look so gorgeous. And the child immediately will begin to see herself, how if I become a medical doctor, this shade is going to fit me, When she sits alone, these words will keep on recurring. And this is all she will be thinking of. Now when you begin to tell her, you'll be so sweet. Be using some words to, direct their attention from education and begin to channel it to parenthood, motherhood, that she doesn't know anything about that. Are you getting it? So use that your negative razzling. You razzle a child. Put it in a positive way. You make society a better place for every one of us. Tomorrow it might favor you. Because when we start to, practice this, you don't have a child today. Tomorrow you have a child. And your child is a baby today. Tomorrow will become an adult. There is no permanent stamp for people that will be adults. It's a gradual process. It's a stages. There are stages of life. So stage 1, you go to stage 2. That what is my business? After all, my kids are small. They will grow one day. And they will fit in that society. You would say that it's none of your business. Honestly. So don't say it's none of your business because your kids are still babies. No. If your kids are babies, you have your brothers. You have your niece. You have your nephew. Okay? Even if none of your brother or none of your sister are still small, you still have people around you that are so dead to you that you need to, protect. Talk to these kids. Maybe their parents will tell them, read your book. They don't like to read. But when they meet you outside, you tell them the same word their parents is telling them at home. Check it and balance it. At least even if there are thousands of them, that will, go astray, at least 400 will be saved from this practice. Honestly, it will save a lot of people. Tonia Family TV, thank you for coming, sister. I appreciate you so much for joining this stream. God bless you. So what I'm saying this is that greetings to all. She's greeting everyone in the house. Say good evening to all. So what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't concern me. It concerns you and I. Our kids are babies today. Tomorrow they will turn to adults. They'll become adults, definitely. There is no permanent stamp for people that will be adults. It's stages by stages. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. There are two things, the time of birth and time of death. So these are the two occurrences, coming into the world and leaving the world. So being a baby today, you are a toddler, baby today, you're a toddler today, tomorrow you go into puberty age, adolescent age. So why am I saying this? The next you go to adulthood. From your adulthood, you become a mother, you become a father or pastor, you begin to go to your own profession. Whether you're a reverend father or you're a married man or a married woman or pastor, that is your profession. You have joined that. So begin to, serve God in that way. But my concern is child abuse. Let's say no to child abuse. It doesn't help the society at all. Okay, Esther TV, good evening, ma. Thank you, my sister, for coming. After the stream, I'll call you. I don't know, will you be going to work this evening? Please let me know. I want to call you. I wanted to call you before the live stream, but I said maybe you'll be at work. So please, darling, I'll end the stream by in next 20 something minutes. I'll end the stream. Okay, Mama Didi Canada TV show. Hi, beautiful. Hi, beautiful sister, for joining my live stream. Thank you for coming to my live. I appreciate you so much. Watching for Sri Lanka. Oh, my Sri Lanka people, thank you, Ronnie. Okay, God bless you. I appreciate so much. Thank you for coming. So let's just say no to child abuse. Everyone present here, I say a very big thank you to every one of you with a beautiful smile. I'm giving every one of you this beautiful smile. That is all I have to offer you tonight, so that you keep smiling. Don't frown at the world, okay? It doesn't help the society, okay? So when you smile away your problems. Don't frown, because you don't own all the problems in the world. So there are people that are more worse than you, but they are smiling. So smile. Don't frown, because you don't own the whole problem in the world. No, problem comes, and definitely they will do what? They will go. It's when you give them permanent seat, they will sit down. So let's just forget problem and let's just chat as one family, and let's just smile and say no to what? Child abuse. Okay? Happy weekend, everyone in the house. Please, Mama D Canada is saying happy weekend to everyone. Please, if you don't have her, please try to visit her channel too. So why am I saying this? When we say no, capital no, N-O, capital, I didn't say with a small letter. When we say a capital no, that is true. God bless you, lover of God. We'll make the society at least 70% conducive for us, for our kids. So I'm not saying it because I'm saying it for a particular country. No, I'm generalizing it to all the African countries. We make this mistake. Ambodi Lawa, thank you for coming. This is the mistake our men do. Hey, check out this babe. Who is a babe? Just a child. Because you have a very big hip. Work hard, sex, and you can't take your eyes off. Why not tell the child, "Host, you are making sense. God bless you. I'm a creative." But honestly, the society is no longer safe for our female kids. Honestly, when you're going, you'll be going with fear. When you want to sleep and your daughter is not around you, you begin to call her. "Where are you? Come, stay here." Children cannot play as normal. Like when we are growing up, it's not like that. Not that people like that doesn't exist, but at least some adults, they still have some fear of God in them. But now, I don't know what happens to the word of God, whether their ears are so deaf that they can't hear the word of God. Everyone is only, acting on what the eye sees. and know what your spirit, your inner you tells you. What are you about to do? Is this a proper thing to do? Nobody listening to the inner you. And when you don't listen to your inner you, the spirit will die. You will not begin to hear your inner you anymore. When you want to, but when your inner you is still active, when I mean hyperactive, before anything, it will tell you. I've said it here. Before you go, you get into danger, your inner you will let you know. You feel it somehow, except you don't give it, attention. It doesn't shout. Little say there is danger. My pastor's people said the carnal man cannot see that. Only the holy eyes. Okay. So no, let's just be realistic. We are chatting, we are laughing because I don't want you to frown your face. Whatever you are watching, you put a smile on your face and be watching. And let's talk and let's be realistic. I'm not saying this because I want to, talk. I'm just putting it in prayer because I want that society, African society, especially my country, Nigeria, to be a safe place for our upcoming adults, which is our adolescent kids. We don't say it doesn't concern us. After all, my kids are in Western world. No. They will go there one day. You have your brother's kids there. You have your sister's kids in that country. You have your niece, your nephews, your cousins, your lovely ones, your lovely friends, your darling ones. They are there. So you don't pray only for yourself. You pray for everyone. You pray for your dear ones. Even your enemies, you pray for them to have a repentance heart. So when you begin to say it doesn't concern me, my kids are still small, it's not a good thing to say, honestly. So when you have that knowledge, when you have that calling, please preach. Let's say capital no, not just saying no. And Esther, yes, not just saying ordinary no to child abuse. No, stand on it firmly. Stand firmly and say a capital no, no, no to child abuse. Okay? A capital no to child abuse. It will make a society a better place for every one of us. A conducive one for our kids. So when I listen to some news or read some articles about these rape issues, I shed tears. I don't know the family. I don't know those kids. But what I begin to think about those innocent kids as in, who knows how long this child cries? Who knows the pains, the sharp pains she felt? A lot of things begin to pop inside my mind. And I begin to say, God, don't allow that anymore, please. It's not my child. It's not my niece, it's not my, but it's someone's child. I felt the pains. It doesn't matter, maybe you don't know the person, or maybe the person is not related to you. Because of that, you say, let it go. What is my business? It's your business, and it's my business. Okay? It's really painful, honestly. So don't assume things. Maybe my Igbo people said, when they carry another person's corpse, it seems it's just a log of wood, But when it's very related to you, you know how painful that is. So that is my annoyance on that issue of child abuse. That's why I said, let's always say a capital no to what? Child abuse. Okay, Ami Creative said, especially if you are a mother, you will know how painful it is. I think how painful it is. Honestly. Taking in is another stage 1. Sleepless night that comes in with it. Stages of pregnancy. A lot of vomiting, sleepless night, pains all over and so on and so forth. Tiredness. There are a lot of things. And you bring that baby out. You begin to nurture the child. Changing of diapers, sickness, fever. You will be sleepless, watching that child because you don't want to lose the child. my baby's running temperature, the temperature is so high, this, that, and people keep saying it's normal thing, the child is growing, with those anxieties, with all those fears, all those sleepless nights. You nurture this child to this age, and someone is trying to make this child, go in pain, the same pain you felt during the stages of pregnancy. Think about it. When the mother think about this pain and begin to think about the pain the child passed through, women, you know what I'm saying. Men might not understand, but I believe some men understand what their women pass in the labor room during childbearing. A lot of men enter the labor rooms, to witness it. And when they come out, if they're the type that always lay their hands on women, from that moment you see them say no to, as in raising hand against a woman. Because when you see, as in you see blood like as if it's water, you begin to say women are strong. Yes, to be a mother is not a day thing. It's not an easy job. But God gave us that strength. So now when you cater for this, and someone is out there trying to make the child to go through the same pain in a wrong way, not when when you are mature, you are an adolescent and you are getting married, you are moving on. Your mother will tell you marriage is not a bed of roses. There are ups and downs in it. The worst is to allow the child die on the process of covering the child's mouth. Yes, you saw the news in the internet. Yes. So it's very, very bad. So when I read it, the parents, people like the how do I call the man? I don't even know the word to use to qualify that man. It was a mistake. You were playing, your body, arose and one thing lead to another. That is not an excuse. And when we talk about no to child abuse, let's always stand firmly and say what? No to that child abuse. I believe so much there is nothing God cannot do. Do your own part and God will do the rest. There is a cross for every one of us to carry. You must carry your cross. When you don't carry your cross, nobody's going to carry your own cross for you. So let's use this energy. Let's use these sweet words and begin to preach good ones to these kids. When you see them say, wow, you're so beautiful. I thought you're up to 20 years. The child will say, no, I'm just 13. Oh, no, I'm just 14. No, you understand. You said, wow, oh, you're so big. Oh, when you're like this, if you get into mechanical engineering, you're going to build good cars. Or when you turn to this, the child will laugh. Okay? The child will laugh and make it what? A point of duty to be meeting you. Because, come whenever he meets you, when you meet, and the child will always, hoping to meet you. Whenever he sees you, say, oh, that man dey always tell me how my practical clothes will fit me, putting on white, the child will always like to come around to hear those words. And the same thing when you tell her wrong words, she will always come around to listen to those wrong words you are telling her. So do you see the implication of telling them bad words? Because they will assume this is what their ears, will love to hear at that tender age. And when you turn those bad words to good ones, they will love to be coming around you. You begin to tell them things about educational or what God things and not the other way around. So check it. At home, she's been, taught about school. When you read your book, when you do this, you become a better person tomorrow. You can be the president of the world like that. Meeting you outside home, you begin to tell her the same thing the parents, keeps telling her. So whenever she's alone, trying to meditate on some certain things, What do you think that child will be thinking? Begin to meditate on all those things. Okay, my mom, my dad, begin to think what the mom and dad always tell her. You understand? And now, she met you as a friend outside home. You begin to tell her things that are related to what the parents are telling her. So tell me, is she not going to make a better adult tomorrow? When you guys spoil them at this tender age, what kind of adulthood are they going to have tomorrow? That is the question. What kind of adulthood do you expect these children to see tomorrow? So let's just try to, tell them good things that will help them in life, make them stand firmly and be a strong adult when they get of age. A child will start telling you about my babies, my kids, my dads, without telling you my book, my this. Then people, children, they interact with one another. I've read 10 novels during this holiday. How many novels have you read? They ask questions like that. I don't think it's something like that exists anymore. You see them begin to gist about boyfriends. At what age? 13 years, 12 years, 13, begin to gist about their boyfriends. Not because they're gisting about that in a positive way, but in a negative way, in a very wrong way. Children are supposed to say, I've read 10 novels in 1 week or in 2 weeks, especially during this lockdown. How many novels have you? This is why it is very important to be our kids' best friend. Honestly, being your kids' best friend, you find out when they are going wrong. Or even if they have phone, once in a while, collect the phone unaware from them when they are chatting and read their messages. Some people, like a child of 14 years, you don't have right to watch her phone. Who tell you that if accept you get to adulthood, I will leave your phone for you. You can put it in the child, control what they watch, control what they do in internet. Before they don't go out, you leave them in the house. Internet will help corrupt them. Some parents, like 14 years, will tell you that my parents doesn't go to my phone. I said, that parents, I don't know the kind of parents. You, as long as you're my child, I'll keep going to that phone until you are 18 to leave my house. As in, if you want to leave, if you want to stay, but that is that age. The child is mentally developed to face some, obstacles on her own. Because at that age, if you do anything, you are going in for it. So don't just leave them. At times you leave them, the devil in the internet will come up to take over. So try to, monitor these kids, what they do online. Try to monitor their phones. Try to know the kind of messages. Okay, I love you there for saying the truth talk. Okay, God bless you. Thank you so much. Archie, I love you there for saying the truth talk. Oh, thank you for coming, Archie. I appreciate you for coming. It has been a long time. Okay, so check what they do in internet. Let not just focus only what they see outside. For those of you in Western world, here at least 90% okay when they move freely. Their age matters a lot. Okay, but I love you there for saying the truth. God bless you. So, but when you don't, checkmate them. Check what they do online. Very, very important. Because all these kids, they are computer wizards. Some of them might download something and hide it. So if some parents are like, you are not enlightened with phone stuff of a thing, you are not good with that, fine and good. At least if you have to, you can tell this one, bring this person's phone, check for me, like that. Even if you're the type you cannot read, you cannot write. That is not an excuse. You're a mother. You use your brain as a mother. Use this one, find out, watch this one, tell me this. They will. Even if they try to cover up, they will try to quarrel. This is what I'm going to tell mommy. I'm going to tell mommy. Say, come, tell me. You know? So it's very, very important. Don't assume a child that is not up to adulthood. You assume my child is so big, let me leave the child. My dad, don't wear the fashion others are putting on because it might not fit you. Put in the one that will fit you. Very, very important. The kids might do it and nothing happen, and you decide to join them, and your own will turn to something else. May it never be our portion in Jesus' name. Amen. So why am I saying this? The rate the abuse is, getting high. The rate is getting every day high in the society. It wakes me. I'm like, what kind of future? Our kids are no longer safe. We live in a world of fear. You pray, when you finish praying, others did not pray. So you find that the world is still on one-sided people. Some are praying, some doesn't pray. Some move around like they own the whole world. Because when you pray, there are things you see. You begin to see if they actually see. They're not saying it because they move around because they own themselves. So please, when we make the world a better place and say a capital no to all this abuse and make our kids our best friends, it will help us make what? A better society tomorrow. So don't leave your children to rule you, rule them. Yes, so you are in charge. You are just a tenant. God gave you those kids for you to take care of them for Him. So why are you leaving the kids to take care of, as in for them to rule themselves? They are just in your hands for you to protect them until they are of age. They can be on their own. They can answer for themselves. So some people, even at the age of 12, 13, you realize, my kids are grown up. My dad, they are not grown up. They are still babies. Mentally, they are not matured enough to handle some things. So don't give them that upper hand because they are tall, because they are huge, because they are big. When you look at them, you think they are your fellow adults. My darling, physically, they look like adults. You wear the same shoe. You wear the same size of trousers. You wear the same size of shoes. Doesn't mean they are adults yet. They are not. Because their mental development has not, finished developing. So don't assume, hello, pretty angel's word, okay? Okay? So I'm saying this for the mothers, for parents. So don't give those children that room to rule you. A lot of kids are ruling their parents. You talk one, they talk 20, they talk back at you. They don't have that fear. Who are you? When you even see my daddy parking, only the car, you respect yourself. If you are not read, you begin to read. That is respect. But some kids, even if they do something, you say, I'm going to tell your mom, you say, hey, go and tell them. There is no that, that your kids doesn't have, that is not respect. That does not mean that you are a lion to your kids. No. You laugh with them and play with them, but when they do things and they know that you are frowned, they will know that the situation is no longer the same. And you see them panic. Oh, mom is going to be angry with me. I don't want that. That's what makes you a parent. That makes you a mother. Because you are still in charge. When they don't respect you at this tender age, let me tell you, one thing is just a secret. If you like, take it. If you like, leave it. But every live stream is meant for some people. If you go to any live stream, take the one you can take and leave the rest. Don't say anyone is rubbish. It's meant for some different individual, honestly. A child that respects the parents, when the child gets to adulthood, maybe everybody is calling that child. When the child is trying to do something that can, make the child go to jail or anything, they will be calling the child and say, no, I must do that. But if that child, when the child is growing up, that child has respect, let me just use the word regard for the parents. Once that child hears the parents call his or her name, the child will turn, honestly, to answer the parents because it's inborn. And the parents will say, I said stop, enough of that. Even if he tried to do that, he will remember all those caring, all those times when he or she, was still an adolescent or a baby, can turn around and stop that. That is why in Igbo land, in my land, there's something a child will be. They say, go and call the parents, so that one there, because they believe once the parent shows that child, that adult, because it's no longer, because when you're up to 18, 19, 20 years, you are no longer a child. If you commit any crime, click straight, you are going in for it. Nothing like mommy or daddy. You understand? So they say call the mother, call the father, because they know when the father or the mother surface and call that child the person's name, only their voice will calm the situation. Everywhere will be done. But when the child doesn't regard you at that tender age, somebody say go and call the mama. Even when you go there, you just say, if I come, you not even listen to me. Is that what you're supposed to say? So what kind of kids are we bringing up? Your child's supposed to listen to you even in adulthood. Like, see, today, there are things I would like to do or things I do. I call my mom. I'm a mother of 4. I have 4 kids. Okay? So my first teenage child, my daughter, okay, she's not a teenager yet, but this is March, right? April, May. In 2 months, I'll have my first teenage kid. So I'm just praying to God. I'm hoping, to celebrate with her. It's not easy. So I have 4 kids, wonderful, lovely cuties. You understand? Till today, I will call my mom and say, no, don't do this, do like this. I will say, okay, mom, I will do just that. Because I so much believe in her. I have that regard for my parents, So, and I believe till tomorrow, when my children grow up tomorrow, they want to do something, they will still call me. Mom, I want to do this. I say, no, don't do this. Because with this, with that, see the implication, and they will listen to me. Because right from now, we laugh, we gist, we talk as one big family. Okay? They talk, they laugh, they play with their daddy, they do a lot of things, That is the love. So even there's a time their daddy would like to, shout, I say, don't shout, at least little, not in the presence of the kids. But you try to tell him, but like this, like that, you understand? But not when your man is talking to the kids, you try to intervene in the presence of the kids. It's not good. Let those kids have regard for their daddy. Important. And let them have regard for you too. A lot of women have lost their own regard. Their children doesn't regard them. Only their papa. It's not good. What if tomorrow the papa is no longer there? What happens to the kids? So it's very important that they have regard for the mom and they have regard for their daddy. It's very, very important and very, very necessary. Not if you like, it's a must. So train your kids in a way that your children will have regard for you. Okay? When they have regard for you, till tomorrow, when they're to adulthood, they will still have that regard for you. So don't assume, why should I bother myself? 14 years, 13 is already there. 3 or 4 more years is still a whole lot of years to overlook. Within those years, anything can happen. You call it 14, 15, 16, 17, a matter of 4 years. Is already adult. Not already. Even 2 days out of it is a big time. So a child, 0 to 4 years, that child you can send the child, I want to drink water, you run and go and get you water to drink. So 4 years is a very big year, okay? It's not a small year. You can say, it's a matter of 4 years. No. A 4-year-old child, you can say, go to my visa and bring my handbag. I want to go out. We'll give you the handbag. Can put on his or her shoes, can put on his or her jacket, dress herself up. Yes. 2 years, I will tell you, bring your shoe, put on your shoe. See that one struggling. I can remember when my son, when they were in study habit school in Lagos, even at 2 years, there is competition. You bring them out to put on their shirt. Some children will be touching their button, only touching. Trust my own. They will button their clothes fast, and remove. Not because you don't pamper. Some people, you see it as pamper. Maybe that one will be the next topic. Maybe next year we'll talk about, child's, comportments, things you need to do with your kids. But today we are talking about say no to child abuse. So I love you all for always coming around to support me, I appreciate every one of you because I want to end this stream now. So God bless you. Share this video and let it get to people that have ears. Let them do what? Hear. So every one of you present here, lover of God, Ronnie, RK, God bless every one of you. You guys are super, super, super gorgeous. See you in my next live stream next week, Saturday. Come here, 7:10, 7:15. Let's talk and smile away because of what? We don't own the whole problem in the world. Problem comes and do what? Goes. So, what do I say? Learn that word. Learn how to say what? How old are you? What's your age? And say what? A capital no to what? Child abuse. Bye bye.